What's up guys, and welcome back to my Pokemon Sun and Moon coverage, and today we have some more leaks to look at. Now these leaks were posted on 4chan, I believe yesterday, and there's a good bit of information leaked out apparently, obviously all unconfirmed of course, but we're going to take a quick look at it and see if it's sort of legit. And to go along with these leaks, we also have some images, i.e. drawings, that the leaker has done of some new Pokemon and stuff like that, so it's quite interesting to look at. So we're just going to jump into it. Of course, if you don't want to see leaks, just don't want to watch the video, please leave now. So, we are going to start off with the starter evolution. So the middle evolutions of starters, you can see the picture, the drawing picture they sent us here, or he or she or they or it or whatever, they sent, and they posted, I suppose, of Rowlet, Listen and Popplio, obviously. You can see the three of them here. They look pretty cool in my opinion, of course if they're real, but they also do match sort of the other, the images we saw from the Chinese leak of the final starter evos, if those are real, which they seem to be, because of course we have Mallow in one of the pictures. So it works pretty well. You can see basically Litten's evolution, its tail wraps around its as a belt, and of course we see the belt here on Litten's final evolution, which makes sense there. Rowlet's evolution's got a hood, which obviously then comes over in the final evolution, so that fits there. And Popplio's evolution has a ponytail, similar to the hair on the final evolution. Of course, they could have just, drawn Pokemon to fit in between these lines. So of course, it doesn't confirm anything. But if these are real, I do quite like them. But we shall move on because there's loads of information to get through. Next up, information on the Rockruff evolution. It's a werewolf, as we pretty much assumed and guessed and were told several times, but it evolves into, I think, 3 different forms, so 3 different evolutions for it, by moon cycle. So if you were in sort of closer to new moon, then you get this evolution. If you're in the full moon, you get this evolution, and if you're in the middle or whatever it is, you get the 7th evolution, which is pretty cool. And you apparently see the moon in game if you walk up to any. They listed it as a promontory. I had to Google this, and it's actually a raised piece of land. So maybe if you go to the end of a hill, you get to look up at the sky, and you can see, obviously if it's nighttime, the moon there, and you can see what stage the moon's at. Who knows? That's just the idea there. As well as this, apparently, the Rockruff evolution line and in general have a connection with Zedstones and Synchro evolution. Apparently this is in the game, who knows, as well as the starters do. And apparently Synchro evolution and all this are linked to Azoth. Now Azoth is from X and Y and Oras, which you heard before. We speculated about it, whether it will come along into Sun and Moon, which looks like it might, if this is true. Because we have alchemy and it's related to Azoth, so who knows, they might have just thought to do that to make it convincing, who knows though. But yeah, Rockruff evolution, they also posted a picture of it, which you can see here. Werewolf, you can see it. Apparently this the fur comes over, you can see hangs down either by its shoulders, coming up to its head, and apparently when it lifts it up and howls, its ears come down to the side, and you can see this pattern on its chest, sort of across, when it lifts its head up, is able to be seen. So that's that. Apparently the typing, the fact that there are multiple evolutions with different types, apparently there's not a huge design change in this, but the types are different, who knows though. As well as this evolution for Rockruff, there is also a parallel sort of line to this that's related to the sun, and evolves depending on what sort of part of the sun is in the sky. So there's a sun parallel line, which is apparently like a succulent plant. You can see here, this is apparently what it is. Whether this is the final evolution or the middle one, who knows. Apparently it shoots seeds and such, and evolves depending on where the sun is in the sky, so it only evolves during the day, whereas the Rockruff would only evolve at night, so it would shoot. It would evolve rather into one form during the dawn, one during dusk, and then one during midday, for example. The type apparently varies again, so maybe, if you evolve in the middle of the day, you get grass fire. If it's grass, of course, I don't know. Maybe if you evolve in the morning, you get grass fairy, and then in the evening, maybe you get grass dark, who knows. Just ideas there, but that's what we were given there. Moving on further, we have some more information about the Alola region itself. Apparently, some areas of the region permanently have sunny day. So when you go in there, you get a sunny day. We've had this sort of thing before, not necessarily sunny day, but of course, areas of the region in perpetual rain or snow. I don't think we've had a sunny day area before, unless of course you include the section from Ruby Sapphire and such with when Groudon comes up. Who knows though? But with sunny day, apparently this is the big rocky thing, i.e. the last island, the uninhabited island, which on this island time never passes, and apparently it is perpetually day. During probably in sun. They didn't mention that when they first said it. They said it was perpetually day. Someone then replied and says, well, we saw Lunala with it was nighttime when he appeared, and he said, well, maybe it depends on version. So that would make sense. This island is always day in Pokemon Sun and it's always night in Pokemon Moon. Would make a nice version exclusive thing, and that would be something I would I would expect, I suppose. One other thing we're told is that fog is back from Generation 4, so areas in the region who might have fog, maybe the canyons on that island, or maybe the biggest island, you see some foggy areas there. Maybe that means fog's back there, who knows? So again, just an idea. Then we have some new Alolan Forms, or some Alolan Forms we're apparently going to get. First up we have Arcanine, Alola Arcanine, Water type, as we saw. This was given a picture again. This looks pretty cool in my opinion. Apparently the fur down by its feet actually swirls and waves around when it runs. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. I do quite like it. So instead of zigzags on its body, it has these waves. I would be down for that. But of course, who knows if it's real or not. More Alolan Forms, we have a Paras, Parasect, Bug, Fairy line, because apparently they're actually infested with Morlul being the grass fairy mushrooms from this region, would make like a little nice lore. Because Morlul, live on the Alola region, on the islands of Alola, they were able to infest Paras and they changed type because of that. Would be pretty cool there. Other ones we have are Coughing, Wheezing, who are apparently pure fire type lines. I'm guessing they're going to keep Levitate because that'd be pretty cool. But pure fire type, as in like the uncontaminated version. Again, we have a picture here of Alola Coughing or Alola Wheezing particularly. And you can see here the second head is missing. It's actually a chimney. And there's actually some Pokedex entries out there that say that the second head was a sort of a mutation. So it's the deepest lore, if this is true, of course, that it was mutated, it was contaminated by poison, and that's the chimney then mutated into a second head. Of course, you can see the fire sort of the design on its chest as well, rather than these skull and crossbones, which is pretty cool. But of course, who knows there. And we also have a Grimer Muck line, which is pure ground type, so that makes sense. They're mud instead of, again, contaminated poison. Similar sort of story there. So maybe that will happen. There's no pictures of this, unfortunately. Maybe that will happen though. Again, I have no sort of confirmation if Paras, Coughing, and Grimer are actually these forms, or whether it's just the final evolutions, or whether they're even true, of course, at all. Who knows though. Then we also have Golem, which is apparently a rock fire type and made of obsidian. We have a picture of this one. It looks really cool. I love it. I really want this to happen. You can see here, that sort of instead of this rock, it's got obsidian and glass like plates with lava and magma, bubbling inside. And you'd assume that would evolve from a normal Graveler. You wouldn't have to, have a load of Graveler. It does look pretty cool though. And then finally, one other thing for the forms, we have Lunatone and Solrock. Apparently, sort of one of the only, if not the only, Alola forms aren't Kanto. Lunatone and Solrock apparently get Alola forms. And they're very similar to Minior. They look very similar to Minior and have the same ability. So this links into the possibility of maybe it is a pre-evolution after all. Who knows though? Who knows? That's just the idea there. But yeah, Lunatone and Solrock makes sense to get Alola forms because they're Sun and Moon, and it's Sun and Moon. But we also have some information about Pokeride. Pokeride. There's actually mini games involving these Pokemon as well. So that, as well as being able to just ride them around the region and get places, you can participate in some mini games and I guess get some money and items and such. One of these is apparently you can ride Alola Arcanine on hot waters, so springs and such. You can't surf, you have to use Arcanine because I guess it's water and then it has some relation to fire. That makes sense there. Apparently there is a new rock bug spider monkey type. It's a huge Pokemon apparently. There was a picture but I couldn't get this picture. But it's a huge, so you hang on its back in a little pouch, in a little sort of piggyback area, while you can climb around on mountains with this thing. It's rock bug type. So if it's real, it's going to be pretty cool, I think. Apparently, in this mini game, you also have to avoid boulders, and this is apparently the only way to catch a Alola Golem without trading a Graveler. So maybe you'll have to actually catch Golem in the game. Who knows though? And apparently, Turtonator also has a sort of role, I guess, in this mini game. Who knows exactly what that is, or if it's true, of course, indeed. Also, we have Hippowdon. Apparently, you can ride that. In Desert Dungeons, there is a mini game. You have to ride through the dungeon, I suppose, and you have to watch out for Sandygast and Palossand, which appear out of the ground. Makes sense because they are sandy Pokemon. Who knows, though? Who knows? But that's the Pokeride stuff. Very interesting stuff there. And then we have some more information about totem battles. Now, they listed and said there are four total major totem battles. Now, a lot of people in the comment section calling out saying this is the reason it seems fake, saying like, oh, we were told there was a totem battle after every single trial. How are there only four? They did go back and say in the comments that, oh yeah, well, these are only the major ones, they're the only sort of official ones, there are little ones dotted about as well. I don't know whether to believe this or not, how this affects the rest of the league as well, because there are 4 totem battles, there are 4 islands. Yeah, that makes sense, you know, cool. But then again, it's like, well, it says after every trial, does a trial count as like the island, or does a trial count as one trial captain, you know, like Mallow and Kiawe? Yeah, Kiawe. So there's another one. Who knows though? That's the only iffy bit about this league, but who knows? These totem battles in particular are Gumshoes, as we knew, Lurantis we knew about as well, Wishy-Washy. So that would make a perfect totem battle Pokemon. I didn't think about it till now, but it'd be perfect. You know, you have a normal Wishy-Washy, goes into a school form, and it can call other Wishy-Washy to fight alongside it in battle. That'd be really cool. I hope it happens. And then apparently the last one, which is a fire type one, is a new pig Pokemon that's a fire type. And there's a picture of this one that was sort of put up. It's not very amazing, but apparently it's a pig-like Pokemon with lava dripping down its body. It has a pre-evolution as well. Apparently there is like a little piggy that rolls around instead of in mud and lava. So that sounds pretty cool and pretty cute in my opinion, but who knows there. And apparently these 4 sort of official total battles give you the Z stones. So I guess the 4 main Z stones: normal, fire, water, or grass, maybe, who knows. And you find the other ones elsewhere. Now, the way Z stones seem to be going in this game, I think you'll be able to collect more than one. So you maybe have to have at least one to use it in your bracelet, but you also have to give them to the Pokemon as well. I feel like it's a held item that has to work there, but I'm not too sure. There. So yes, that's that. We have some more information about evolutions of Pokemon we've seen before. First up, Kamala evolution is bearish, very light. There's a picture of this here, so hopefully you can give your thoughts on that. It's called Hibernate, so hibernate, I bear. It's a pretty cool name. So we don't have much apart from that. But then there's a Bonsweet Evo as well. It gains the fire typing. So it goes from sweet to spicy, and this Pokemon's name is Pepperot, and again you can see a picture of it here. This one looks a bit weird, so I'm not too sure what to think of it, but it's that there. And then we have evolutions for Pikipek 2. Now, there are 2 Pokemon here. Obviously Pikipek's first evolution is Perfoul, and its final one is Foul Drill. And apparently when it goes to Foul Drill, it gains the Steel typing. It makes sense because it's a woodpecker, steel, drill, stuff like that. And these designs look pretty funky as well. But again, all leaks and rumours. And finally, apparently Turtonator gets a pre-evolution too. Now, not a lot of people are expecting it. I'm not, certainly, but it's possible, I suppose. Apparently it's an upside down turtle that has a weak spot on its belly, hence why Turtonator then gets to very similarly hide it. And it's called Krakatuga. So obviously, Tuga from turtle sort of thing. We have a Tortuga, and Kraka is a relation to a volcano. So there's that. Yeah. But yes, a couple of things to mention. Apparently, there is one of the islands cannot be accessed. In quotation marks. They were talking. This is in relation to the totem battles again. People were like, "Oh, well, there's 4 islands, and we know there's one of these." And they mentioned that there's not necessarily one totem battle per island. Maybe sort of hinting that the island with the legendary on can't be accessed because of some reason. Maybe it's like a restricted area. Who knows though? Who knows? And then the final thing is another Pokemon mentioned as well, a new Pokemon. Haven't given many details about it. Apparently it's a Pokemon based on a Hawaiian myth that is a part Ghost type and possibly Rock type as well, they have speculated. But it sounds like, sort of like a Tiki Pokemon almost. So who knows exactly there. But those are all the leaks apparently. So we've gone through all the images that were posted, a little of the Parasect and stuff like that. Just making sure I'm just going through now, making sure I've spoken about everything. Seems to be the case. So guys, let me know what you think about this leak down below. Do you think it's real? Did the totem battles sort of iff you off because they were a bit sort of, they start off saying 4 and they're like, oh no, they're only the official ones. You get other random ones popping up somewhere else, and they were saying, oh, the trials aren't as cut and dry as you think. It's not like a gym where you go and battle. I guess we'll see. That's a bit iffy, but let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And would you like to see some of these things happening? Do you want to see, a coughing, wheezing, fire type Alola form? Do you want to see, riding in a spider monkey Pokemon you can ride on, sort of thing, as well as other stuff like the evolutions? And everything I've spoken about in this video, basically. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. But for now, this is it for you today. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.